Hello, everybody. Long time no see. Hope everybody's doing good. Navy Doc 5184 here. Just excuse me a little bit. I'm having some trouble with my little screen switcher program, I guess you could call it. But trying to get that fixed. If that doesn't work, that's perfectly fine. We'll be able to make do with it. It's just gonna change how I do things a little bit, not too much though. But yeah, so. Yeah, we got quite a bit going on this month. I know I got, I think, 5 streams planned. This one is probably the main one that was kind of like outside of, I guess you could say, the, what's the word I'm looking for? Very specific subjects, because we do have a Big Bang live stream coming up, Sakurazaka 46, Hanabiye, and, oh, what was the other one? 1, 2, 3... It left my head. Oh, Pentatonics was the other one. So we got those 4 to come up too. But also with some personal news from me, debating on whether I'll do a live stream or not. But Black Swan is coming out with a pre-release single, and that actually drops next Wednesday. So I may do a live stream on Wednesday for that, kind of like in the same vein that I did with Roll Up, where anything they released teaser wise I'll avoid and I'll save that for that live stream. But I'll wait and see how that goes before I get to that. But right now the power is in your hands. We are doing viewers choice. Had a lot of fun with that last time. This may be a pretty short one, probably only a couple hours, but there's already 3 songs that I already have tabbed on here, mainly because they've been ones that I've been meaning to get to for a while, and I just need to make sure I get to them. The first one that we're going to do is the song Asian State of Mind, and it looks like it's a collaboration. I'm not entirely too sure who everybody is with it. I think, I want to say, oh, give me 1 second here, I gotta turn this thing on. But so it's Awich, J Park, I think Kursna is, I guess, I don't know how that name's supposed to be, Masawe and Banda. With J Park in there, I'm assuming that it's K-pop. I'm assuming it's a K-pop collab, just because of J Park being in there. But this has been one that I've been meaning to get to pretty much since the end of March, I believe. So now finally getting to that. So we'll go ahead and start with that. Really have no expectations from that outside of the fact that I think this was during one of my Big Bang live stream, my last Big Bang live stream that I did, that this was requested, so it kind of fits. So that's gonna be the first one we're gonna do. The next one that's gonna be after that, we actually got a VoicePlay song. It's them doing a acapella cover of Heavy Is the Crown by Linkin Park. And because I haven't heard the original song, before I do that one, I'll probably actually do the Linkin Park version of Heavy Is the Crown, just so I kind of am able to kind of compare the original with the cover. And then the next one after that, unless we get some more requests coming in, and if you see my community post, members will get a jump up in the view queue on that. But if we don't get any more requests after the Heavy Is the Crown reactions, we're gonna do a Jeff Castellucci cover of I Walk the Line. And with the way his voice is, especially when he gets low in that bass and baritone, oh, I can't wait to hear what he does with that song. I know he's gonna do Johnny proud on that one. But we are gonna start with Asian State of Mind. So just give me a little bit here. Let me check and see if my little screen switcher is gonna cooperate with me here. That will definitely make this stream a whole lot easier to deal with. There we go. Alrighty, so actually before I switch to that, let me open up the video. And I'm gonna keep the desktop muted because just waiting for the ad to get done. There we go. Alright, ad is done. Let me get that video on full screen. We'll go ahead and switch on over. Unmute desktop, and for some reason, hold on a second. Oh, you know what? I knew I was forgetting to do something before this. Give me 1 second. This will be a very quick fix. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I got some, got a new thing that I started attaching to my laptop to help make things run a little better. And I forget that every time I switch those out, that my video screen doesn't show up on there. I always forget that, so I need to make sure. I'm glad I actually caught that real quick. So, but I always forget to check that beforehand. But now we are ready to start. So let's go ahead. Asian State of Mind. So I know the name Jay Park, but I'm not familiar with any of his work, so... Okay, so I saw Japan in there. Okay, I'm guessing that was... Okay, so I gotta say, this is very interesting. I might actually have to turn on captions on this to catch that. I wasn't expecting so much English. So, yeah, so like I said, that just really goes to show you just how little I know about who's going in here. So I didn't catch to see who that was. I'm actually gonna try to rewind it and see if I can catch... So I see that's the A. I'm gonna guess that the person who's rapping here is A Witch, and apparently she is from Japan. And I tell you what, her raps sound solid. I mean, solid. That just, whew. If you've heard me in my previous reactions, I always talk about so much about how, you know, when it comes to like rap, R&B, you know, hip hop, I'm not really big into that genre much anymore. But I can still appreciate the talent when people do it. You know, like Kendrick Lamar comes to mind. That dude is off the chain. I'm not going to go off and say I love Kendrick Lamar, but he's definitely one of those artists where it's like, if I hear him, I probably won't skip him. I probably won't go out of my way to go listen to him or put him on a playlist. But if I happen to come across one of his songs, listen to it, I may listen to it through. Outside of Not Like Us, love that song. Absolutely love that song. I loved how he did that with the Super Bowl too, and everything that came out after that. But yeah. But whenever anybody gets like good raps and anything like that, you know, I can definitely appreciate, you know, the talent. And I always get on people when they try to say that people who rap, you know, just do it because they can't sing or anything, as if it takes no talent to rap, because no, rapping takes just as much talent. You still gotta have a rhythm and everything. So I'm not all down with that whole trying to downgrade people's talent just because they're rapping. That takes just as much talent as anybody, you know, who, you know, sings. That's my 2 cents on that. I'm not gonna lie, this feels like this is a song that really has some sort of deep meaning behind it. I'm just not catching. Oh, so it is mixed. Okay. Sorry, just because I was starting to talk a lot and I'm probably gonna go back. I'm wondering if they're going in order of the name here, because I saw her with him earlier, A-Witch earlier, and I'm wondering, so I'm guessing that's Jay Park. I like what they're doing with this. Let me just get here, pause it. So I don't know the signature. If I had to guess, I'm going to assume that's Jay Park, because I remember earlier when she was rapping, I heard her say something about Jay when he was in the frame. So I am fully assuming that this is Jay Park, but I love what they're doing. They're showing where they're from. So we got A-Witch from Japan, Jay Park from Korea. So at least I was somewhat right. I was thinking, you know, with him in there, I was thinking all K-pop, but this actually is very interesting. This seems like not just like a K-pop collab, but an Asian collaboration. We got, Japan, we got Korea. So I wonder who else we're going to get in terms of nationalities. Very interesting, that's for sure. Wow. Woo, okay. Okay, so that caught me a little off guard. I'm not used to hearing cursing when it comes to the Koreans. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've heard any cursing in any of the... No, I take that back. Yes, I have. I think about Fatu and some of her solo raps that she did, especially in Adea. Yeah, she did some cursing in that, so I don't know why that... I guess it's just because I don't hear it so often. When I do, it kind of catches me off guard. I actually heard that even Cat's Eye's new song, Gnarly, had some in there. I do intend on checking that out at some point, but I heard that song's been causing quite a stir, so I'm going to have to check that out and see what all the hubbub is about on that one. But so far... I gotta say, as I was saying before, while I may not be much in terms of rapping or anything like that, man, so far these two that have gone on, they've done their thing with it. And I love what Jay was doing with his lyrics on there. I was like talking about sick of hearing about his success and everything. I love the attitude they're bringing to this song. So I'm guessing Kursna, if that's how it's pronounced. I'm guessing that's who's next. India. Ooh. Yo, this is something else. I was not expecting this, and whoever requested this initially, excuse me, I'm actually kind of glad they really didn't give me so much info, because I am loving like the shock factor that I'm getting with this. Wow, so we got Japan, we got Korea, now we got India. So I wonder where the other two are. I almost want to guess. I feel like China. I could see China. Maybe another Korea? I don't know. I feel like China's got to be in this, but we'll find out soon enough. Very unique collaboration, though. Now, I'm seeing her in a lot of the frames with these other artists. I'm wondering if she's the one that was like the mastermind behind this collaboration. Yo. Wow. I'm not even gonna lie. This is nice. Alright, who's next? China, okay. So this is Masaway? See, I have this line right here, given that this feels like a pre-chorus, but this really goes with it. You know, talking about agent state of mind, and here she's asking, "What'd you do it for?" Okay, now we got Cambodia. So Cambodia, is that like right by Vietnam?
I got what I need, but I want some more for my people. That's who I do this. I got what I need.
I think that was the end game right there, what he was saying. That's what we do this for. She was asking, what did you do it for? He just said it right there. This is what we do it for. Wow, that was very unique. Wow, okay. Okay. Okay, that was a very unique collaboration. And forgive me for not looking at the camera, because you know me at this point, I usually try to. I'm actually trying to look this up right now and see what info I can find on it. Because that has got to be one of the most unique collaborations I've seen, period. I love what they did that. I'm trying to find if they can give me something that gives me some background on that. I won't waste too much time on here. So far I'm just seeing lyrics. Okay, I may have to look this up later, because I really want to see what in the world was the motivation behind this collaboration. I don't want to sign up, I just want to read. So it almost kind of looks like... Okay, so I found a little something here. Alright, so you got A-Witch, J Park, Kirsna. So Masaway apparently is a leader of a Chinese group, Higher Brothers, and then Vanda, Cambodia. So, Okinawa is A-Witch, okay. So I guess in a way, so basically what I'm saying, I guess it just seems like it's just a way for each of them to kind of show pride, you know, in their own countries, but coming together, you know, as Asians to just really, you know, show off their own unique gifts from where they come from. That is cool. I'll read more on this later. I'm not going to waste you guys' time too much on this, but I gotta say, that is such a cool thing. And give me 1 second, there's another, there we go. I just had to save this to a certain playlist, so I remember to put the link in the description later when I do the, what's the word I'm looking for? Recap. So the couple of these that I do here, I'm going to have the full replay of this live stream available to members. but I will publish a couple of these reactions to the public. This will probably be one of them, because I'm definitely going to have some more thoughts after I do some research on this. But that was a very unique collaboration, and I'm very glad that was suggested. Really had fun with that one. So we will go ahead and march forward. So we are going to go. Let me get this video in another tab. So we are going to check out Heavy is the Crown by Linkin Park. And I don't know about everybody else, but I feel like I'm one of the few that really does not mind the new lead singer. I thought, from what I've heard, when she did the Empty Machine, thought she did really a great job. By no means do I believe she has replaced Chester as the lead vocal, but it's just she succeeded him. That's all it is. She just succeeded him. She didn't replace him, and I don't think they were doing that, and I don't see why people would have such a problem with that. They want to keep making music. They have a right to do that and find who they feel is a good fit for the group, and I'm trusting their judgment on that, and I thought she did good so far from what I've heard. So this will be my second time hearing anything from new Linkin Park, and apparently this looks like something League of Legends Worlds 2024 anthem. So I'm not too sure what League of Legends Worlds is, unless that they're talking about the World Tournament. I'm guessing. I'm familiar with the game League of Legends. Actually, that'd be a game I need to get back into playing. I would love to play that game again. It's been a hot minute. But all that being said, let me get song is ready. Go ahead and switch on over. All right, we're unmuted. So here we go. Heavy is the Crown. Oh, it says Heavy is the Crown featuring Linkin Park, but either which way, Heavy is the Crown, League of Legends World 2024 anthem. Let's do it. Why do I feel like I'm missing some context here?
One knock at the door and then we both know how the story ends. You can't win if your white flag's out when the war begins. Aiming so high but swinging so low, trying to catch fire but feeling so cold. Holding inside and hope it won't show. I'm saying it's not, but inside I know today's gonna be the day you notice. Cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is. This is what
you know,
asked for. Heavy is the crowd. Fire in the sunrise, ashes raining down. Try to hold it in.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm listening to this, and I'm going to say, I feel like the only reason anyone's having a problem with any new Linkin Park is just pure nostalgia. Like, I'm listening to this, and I don't see any valid reason anyone would have to complain. Now, I say that to say this. I'm not going to say people, if people are displeased with it, they're going to be displeased with it. There's nothing we can do about that. It's just something that just comes up. People aren't going to like stuff, and there's nothing I can do to, stop that per se. So while I say, they really have no reason to complain or anything like that, music touches people differently, and they're going to have their own opinions about it. Me personally, I am loving what I'm hearing so far. This sounds like old school Linkin Park to me. This really has a Linkin Park feel, and I absolutely love what I'm hearing. Hey, Slick. So Basically, all you gotta do is just if there's something you want to hear, just type it on in here. Right now, I'm kind of doing a dual reaction. As you can see, I'm doing "Heavy Is the Crown" by Linkin Park right now. But the reason I'm doing this one is because I haven't heard this yet. But I also have a cover version of this song that's on the list, and I'm doing that after this one. So if you got something you'd like to see me react to afterwards, definitely just leave it on there. I'll put it on my list. And actually, I'm glad you said something. After I get done with this video, I'll open up my list so I can put it on there. But after I get done with my "Heavy Is the Crown" reactions, I'll probably be heading on a break, and then I'll probably go ahead and hit up your request on there. So if you got something you want to see me react to, just leave it in the chat, and then I will go ahead and throw it in the queue. But with that said, let's go ahead and continue on.
Turn to run, now look what it's become. Outnumbered 10 to 1. Back then should have bit your tongue, cause there's no turning back. This path once it's begun. You're already on that list. Say you don't want what you can't resist. Waving that sword when the pen won't miss. Watch it all falling apart like this.
This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd. Fire in the sunrise. Ashes rain.
Dude, she is knocking us out of the park.
It keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd.
Dude, she's doing such an awesome job with this.
This is what you asked for.
Oh, that scream. Oh, and she is holding that so well. She is holding that scream so well. Dude, if she had any Spirit of Chester in her, she let that all out with that one.
This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd. Fire in the sunrise. Ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but
Dude, this feels like this should be like a WWE PLE theme. Actually, I think it was. Wasn't it for Backlash? I have to double check. Dude, I'm telling you what. Amazing. Okay. So that's it for the song. That's it for the song. So I guess the rest is just for the worlds. Yo, that was awesome. I really love that. I will double check later to see if that was a theme for Backlash, because I feel like it was. But that felt so much like straight Linkin Park. Like, I totally felt like I was listening to that and it's just like, oh man. I don't even know how. Again, like I said, I'm not going to deny anybody's opinion. Everybody's going to have their own opinions on stuff, and that's perfectly fine. But, man, that just sounded so great. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I can't even wait to hear what VoicePlay does with that. They do some crazy stuff from what I've heard with that, so I'm really looking forward to checking out their stuff. And we'll get that to a second. Just give me a second. I'm trying to pull up this one video. Yeah, I need a more. Okay, let's see. Alright, I think we found that out. So let me go ahead. I'm going to open up a tab for that. Dude, anything with Josh Groban is... That dude. Give me a second here. I'm trying to find my, where did I save it? I'm having a hard time figuring out where I saved, there it is. Yeah, sorry, I just had to add, adding stuff to the queue here, so. Alright, and then let's see here, Josh Groban. Now, granted, I will actually do You Raise Me Up, because I haven't heard his version in a while, but you're talking about a live performance, and I've never seen him live, so I'll do that too. So let me find the link to that. Josh Groban. Oop. Alright. Let's go. Proms in Hyde Park 2018. Alrighty. Alright, so to start going on, because the last song I did was actually part of a duo, because I did the original of Heavy as the Crown by Linkin Park. The next one I'm going to be doing is going to be VoicePlay's cover of Heavy as the Crown, and I'm very curious to see how that's going to be, because I mean, after what I just heard, I can't wait to hear what he does with that in freaking acapella. That's going to be crazy. Okay, let me go back because I still got Josh Groban pulled up. I'm waiting for the ad to finish on the next video. I will go ahead. Let me go ahead and back and check and see if I see anything. I just did that one because that was the first one that popped up. Super Bowl 2004. I didn't know he performed there. So far 2018 is the most recent I've been seeing on them. Granted, there's a lot of videos on here, so it'll probably take me some time to go through. Okay, I'm gonna add this video to my watch later queue because this has me curious. Josh Groban and Ellen singing Total Eclipse of the Heart. That's gotta be an interesting watch. Okay, so I see one that he did on Red Rocks in 2022. Looks like a fan recording though. I'll stick with the Proms in Hyde Park. I mean, that looks like that's at least a decent quality video, so we'll stick with that one. But for the meantime, the next one we're going to do... Oops, excuse me a second. Oh, okay. So 2018 would fall under your thing for recent. Okay, I feel a little better now. Actually, I take that back. I feel a lot better now. So thank you for clearing that up for me. So, alright, so based on the time, so it looks like we got Heavy as the Crown by VoicePlay. And then after that, it's going to be, I believe it's pronounced Yane no Mori by Chris. I have no idea how to pronounce the last name, and I don't want to butcher it, so I won't. And then we will do You Raise Me Up by Josh Groban live from 2018, and that may actually do it for this stream, but we'll see how things go with time. But let me go ahead and switch on over. Something looks weird here. There we go. Alright, switch on over. Alright, let's go ahead, let's get this up. Alright, Heavy is the Crown, Linkin Park cover by VoicePlay featuring Jay Nunn. This is going to be a good one. I like Jay Nunn. He does really good with these guys. Dude, Jeff's bass, it's just so bone shaking.
You're laid on the floor again. One knock at the door, and then we both know how the story ends.
Aiming so high, but swinging so low.
Trying to catch fire, but feeling so cold. Hold it inside and hope it won't show. I'm saying it's not, but inside I know. Today's gonna be the day you notice. Cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown. Fire in the sunrise. Ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown.
Typical VoicePlay fashion. They do it again. I love the fact that they took the song, made it their own, but yet you still really kind of get the same feel. Like the same feel. Now, when I say same feel, like I'm not saying like I'm feeling like Linkin Park vibe on this, but in terms of what the song was for the whole League of Legends worlds, it's like you can definitely hear this being the theme for that. So it's like I love the fact that I still get the same spirit of the song, but this feels like such an original for this group. I love how they managed to pull that off. Like between them and Pentatonics, the way they do that, it's just absolutely amazing. And even Home Free, you know, I got to throw Home Free in there. Like a lot of the acapella groups that I've listened to on here that people have suggested to me, it's just so amazing how they pull that off to where they can make these songs their own, do it like their own style, but keep the same spirit of the song and keep it like fully intact. It is absolutely awesome how they pull that off. Absolutely awesome. And I am also a sucker for harmonies. And I think that's why I love the acapella group so much, because I'm just such a sucker for harmonies.
Turn to run, now look what it's become. Outnumbered 10-1, back then should have bit your tongue. Whoa, already on that list. Say you don't want, but you can't resist. Waving that sword when the pen won't miss. Watch it all falling apart like this. Today's gonna be the day you notice. Cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown.
Oh boy, he's definitely hitting hard on the Linkin Park vibe on there. Oh, yo, he is killing that vocal, dude. Get it.
Today's gonna be the day you know. Cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is.
This is what you asked for.
Oh my goodness, that beat. Yo, these boys don't play. They may have play in their name, but they sure ain't playing.
This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown. Fire in the sunrise. Ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for.
This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown. Fire in the sunrise. Ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown.
They done did it again. They done did it again. And I didn't even talk about the set. Dang. All right. Hi, guys. As I said, they did it again. My goodness. Those guys are just something special. I love watching their covers. They do so good. As I said, making it their own, but still keeping the same spirit of the song. It's amazing how they do that all the time. Every single time I listen to them do a cover, I still feel the same sense of the original song. And I didn't even get into the set on this, because that's another thing that I love about watching their videos. Normally, if you've seen me do a lot of reactions, lots of times I'll try to... Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've done any live ones outside of one for Pentatonics in terms of the acapella groups. But I think with VoicePlay, I love watching their music videos because I love what they do with the sets and the settings and everything. It's just top notch. Everything is just so top notch, and it's almost as if they make sure it's a part of the group in a way. You know, it's not just background, it's a part of the group, part of the video, part of the song, and they treat it with such importance and respect, because it helps keep the same spirit of the song. You know, like I said, the vibe that we saw in the original video, it's exactly the same. I got the exact same vibe with that, and I love that they do that. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love them so much, is because I know that when I watch them, even though I know it's going to be, you know, done in their own style, I know that they're going to pay so much respect to the original, and that they're going to keep the spirit of the original very, very much in tune with what they're doing. And it's amazing that they do that so seamlessly. So, alright, y'all. So, give me a second here. I'm just getting my next couple videos. Just double checking to make sure they're all set. And it looks like we are. So, with that said, we've been at it for almost 45 minutes. So, that puts us right at about our break time. So, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, probably about 5-10 minutes at max. Won't be very long, but just take a break just to get up, use the restroom, stretch. May or may not need a refill for a drink, but I'll probably go ahead and do that anyways. And then when we get back, we will hit up what's that name, Yane no Mori and You Raise Me Up. Okie dokie. We are back. We're ready to get started with this in a little bit. Let's get everything reset up here. I just got done actually trying to do a quick study of the song because I was just kind of curious on what it was. And because I did see it said Risk of Rain 2 Secrets of the Storm OST. So apparently this is actually music from a video game DLC, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm all down for video game music. Sometimes they have some amazing soundtracks. One of my favorite video game soundtracks of all time is probably Final Fantasy VII. But I mean, good lord, video games, I swear, they treat their OSTs like movies sometimes in terms of the quality of everything. So I am really looking forward to this. This one should be really good. So we'll go ahead and get right to it. Yane no Mori. Let's go ahead and switch on over. Alright, let's see what we got here. One of your top composers? Okay. Well. I like the sound. I love the vibe of it. Almost kind of like a progressive type feel to it. Hey Jonas, how you doing? Right now I'm enjoying some video game music. Getting a very interesting vibe with this music. I'm actually very curious on, like, I know nothing about this game or the DLC for that matter, so I definitely wouldn't be able to really visualize what part of the game this is, but I'm just listening to this and I'm just like, you know, you almost can get a sense, like I can definitely almost get like a very chill vibe with this. There's a part of me that wonders if it's going to pick up or not, you know, because sometimes I've noticed video game music has that sense where you kind of get nice and relaxed and all of a sudden they pick up the pace and shoot. It's just, it is crazy. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, I guess you did catch a bug in time, huh? Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Like, it's like an alien bullet hell. That's a very interesting analogy on that. Very interesting, I will say that. I will say this, though. I don't know what it is about video game OSTs. They just really... They hit really well with me. This guy sounds really good. I'm going to have to listen to more of his stuff for sure. Oh, okay, I got you, Slick. I got you, Slick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for clearing that up for me. Alien bullet hell, huh? And to answer your question, Jonas, no, I have not seen any Warhammer animations. Ooh, love that guitar. Oof. Oh, let that sink in for a minute. Let me drink that in. Oof. Kind of a bluesy guitar too. I love it. There it goes, picking up the pace. Love it. Oof. Okay, let me pause it for a minute. Good lord. Thanks for the follow, Jonas. Thank you very much for the follow. I'm gonna pause this for a minute and just... Woo, that is some solid guitar playing right there. Let me scroll up and see what you're saying there. Oh, you're talking about, Yeah, give me a quick second. I'm trying to catch up on the messages here. Wow, that sounds very impressive. Yeah, definitely. Go ahead. Feel free. Yeah, definitely leave the link on there. No promises I'll get to it on the stream because I got one more after this and then I may have to cut it after that. But what I will do is I'll check and see how long it is and I may go ahead and record a reaction to that. I will open that link as soon as I'm done with this. But good lord, this dude is doing some solid guitar playing. Ooh. Oh. $12 okay, gotcha. Ooh, ooh. Oh, calm down, my dude. Calm down, my dude. Who am I kidding? No, don't. Keep going. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. That is some insane guitar playing right there. I love it. I love it. Oh no, is that the end? Is that the end for real? Tell me they're just gonna fade into something else. There's only like 30 seconds left. That's probably the end. Darn nabbit. Oh, that's not even fair. That's not even fair. Darn nabbit. Of course it would end like right to the part where I'm getting gripped the most, but you know what? Fantastic work. Fantastic work. That was awesome. That was awesome. So thank you very much, Slick, for that suggestion. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. In fact, I foresee myself downloading the song and putting it on my own personal playlist just to listen to. That was awesome. I loved it, especially when it got to the guitar solo portion, because I love me some great guitar playing, and that whew, Okay. So I say I got a couple suggestions from you guys. I'll definitely have to look into those. In fact, well, actually, while I got this screen up, let me go ahead. Well, first thing I gotta do, let me pull up that, I gotta save that link that Jonas sent me. Come on, there we go. Alright, so you did say that was a 12-minute video, so unfortunately I probably will not be able to get to that today, but, for, how does it pronounce? ASTARTES? I'm going to save that to my watch queue. I'll save that to my watch later list, and I will probably record a separate reaction to that just because this is a longer one. I have a feeling that it's probably going to take quite a bit of editing to get around copyright for this one. So, but so far, just from what I saw in the opening, that looks like it's going to be very impressive. I will definitely check that out. No copyright. All right, I'll take a word for it. Well, like I said, I got one song that I'm about to do after this one. You Raise Me Up. Depending on what time, because I am on a time crunch here, so it just depends on how much time. If I have time to check out any of it, I will. I'm not going to make any promises, though. Because I'm not going to say I'm going to do it and then, unfortunately, not have time to do it. That's the only reason I'm saying I may have to do a separate reaction, is just because I got one that's already in the queue. And then that one would be next. If I have time to watch a few minutes, I will. That's the most I can promise you, though. So, in the meantime, I got that one saved. I got that. Let me go ahead and let me refresh this list to make sure it's showing up in there. Okay, there it is. All right. So what we got going on now, so we're going to do a live performance, reaction to a live performance of You Raise Me Up by Josh Groban. It has been a hot minute since I've heard his version of the song, and I've never heard him live, so I'm really looking forward to this. This dude is the truth when it comes to vocals, so we'll go ahead and switch over there, and we'll thank Mary for this suggestion. All right, here we go. Josh Groban, You Raise Me Up. I'm a sucker for live performances too. Wonder where that sits. The acoustics in here sound amazing. Oh, looks like it's an outdoor venue. Of course. Love it. I love outdoor performances. This dude is the truth when it comes to vocals. His vocals are amazing anyways. But good lord, the acoustics to where they're at, especially in an outdoor venue where everything's just going up into the heavens, I'm a sucker for like live acoustics like that. Like that's why I love like listening to concerts from like outdoor venues. Like I think of like Live Aid, the big mega concert they had in like '85, Queen's performance in Wembley, Michael Jackson's performance in Wembley. Just the acoustics in a stadium or just like an outdoor stage. I absolutely love those. Just absolutely amazing. Yeah, Jonas, feel free to send me some links to those. I'll definitely feel free to check them out at some point. Get back to Josh here. Oh. Get your lights in the air. Yeah, there you go. Get the phones up. Hold on. No. I will participate only so far. Good. This man. And then the choir. My goodness. Oh, woo. My dude.
You sound so good. Truly an honor to be a part of this night. Thank you for welcoming us again and again and again.
Man, I forgot how great this man's voice was. Yo.
Mr. Josh.
Oh, man, I forgot how great his voice was. Oh. Give me a second. I need to recover a little bit. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you, Mary, for that suggestion. Oh. That's a first. That's a first. I've had people say Michael Jackson. I've had people say Prince. And I thought probably one of the weirdest people somebody said I looked like was John Lennon. I have no idea where in the world they got that from. Never before have I had anybody say I look like Steven Seagal. You know what? If I had his martial arts skills, though, I'll take it. But unfortunately, I do not. So I don't know. Woo, boy. Wow. That was awesome. Absolutely awesome. I don't even know what to say about that one. And as I've said on my past live reactions, this is the one thing that I hate about doing live reactions, is because usually when I get to the part where I get done with my reactions, I like to have some sort of thoughtful analysis of what it was I just listened to, but sometimes the song just gets to me so much that it's impossible, and I'm in that situation right now. It's like I really have no intelligent analysis I can give on that. You know, that song just, it's such a beautiful song, and I love the acoustics of where it was. That was just absolutely, that was awesome. I absolutely loved it. Thank you again, Mary, for that suggestion. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna look up this Res Live real quick. Red Rocks Amphitheater, okay. Alright, so alright, so you said something about Glitch Mob being amazing. Is that a group or is that a song? Is that name of a song by Rez? Let me look that up. Oh, Glitch Mob, okay, I just looked it up. That's obviously their own group. Alright, so we'll save that song there. Oh, I didn't even see it. Okay, when you say skip to 540, what link? Wait, is that the link that you sent earlier? Give me a second, let me go to my watch. Because the link that, the only link I got from you was that, I'm waiting for it to load up. I think it's ASTARTES? No, I think that's how it's pronounced. Okay, okay. Alright. Well, you actually go ahead and send the link. I got the link that you sent me earlier. I got that open. I will go ahead and watch probably the first couple of minutes of that one just so I can get an idea what that is. Even though I am gonna watch a few of the first minutes of this, I will still record a full reaction to that. I do probably only have about 30 minutes or so before I do have to end this, but I do need to take a quick break, probably only about 5 minutes. So while I'm on that break, if you just want to hook me up with that link that you were talking about, and I'll throw that on there. And then you said skip to 540, so I'll take a look on that and we'll see how much we can get of that done too, and then we'll probably call it. But in the meantime, I will be right back. Okay, dokie, I am back, and we got this. Good Lord Almighty, you said this was fan made? For real? Holy cow! Dude, I ain't even seen nothing yet, and I'm already impressed. Now, I will say that I know nothing of Warhammer, so I probably won't understand anything I'm seeing, so I'm just gonna just simply... I will probably do it, like I said, I'm going to watch the first few minutes of this, as you suggested, just so I can see what I'm kind of getting into, but I will definitely record a full, watch, reaction to this after this stream is done at some point, but holy cow. This is fan-made? This looks so pro. Actually, before I get started, I know you said skip to 540. You weren't talking about this video. Were you talking about the Res video? Just to really make sure on that. Because I don't want to just start and then find out I was watching the wrong thing here. Actually, I'll go ahead and get started on this, and if you're talking about something else, then, like I said, we'll see where we're going after this, but like I said, I've only got a few minutes before I'll have to end, so let's go ahead and check this. Let's check this out. Man-made, huh? Good gracious. ASTARTES. Alright, hold on. The Aragosa uprisings have been checked. Retributor ASTARTES now assists the hunt for fleeing leaders of the rebellion. Alright, so what's this? A good God! They're going right to the thick of it, aren't they? What in the... What did... This is insane! Wow. Oh, well, he said he spent 7 years on this, but good lord. Yeah, I can definitely see it. Yeah, he definitely deserved to be hired after this. This is not even 2 minutes in, and I'm just like, good lord, this is just amazing. I'll say this has got me very intrigued. Is that him? I'm assuming that's him? Well, what's going on behind him? Yeah, I definitely feel like that I'm gonna have to do some research on this so I can try to get some more got a sniper. I'm not doing anything against that armor. Love it. Oh, what happened to you, homie? Like, he just got, like, split in half. The heck did you just toss in that group? That doesn't look like it felt good. That didn't look like it felt good at all. Alright, that looks like a good pausing point. Jonas, you weren't lying. That is some amazing work. 7 years. So, close to 13 minutes. Spent 7 years on this. You can see it. You can definitely see it. That was some impressive work. And it's got me very intrigued. Like I said, I'm going to have to do some research on, like, the story and the lore of everything, and it might help me understand a little bit more what I'm watching here. But as somebody that knows nothing about Warhammer, you know, I've never played the games, never watched any gameplays of it, so absolutely vanilla when it comes to anything Warhammer. This has me intrigued, very intrigued. Let me actually see something here. So it doesn't look like I don't see any real description of it, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll just have to do my own research on my own. That is crazy. That was impressive. That was impressive. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of want to watch more, but as I said, I'm on a time crunch and I do have to start winding this down, unfortunately. But I gotta say, you guys, if there's anything I've learned when it comes to my audience and the stuff that they have me watch, I have learned to really trust your instinct. You guys usually lead me to some very cool stuff that I may never have gone through on my own. Part of the reason why I love doing a reaction channel. I say a reaction channel, but I do gaming on here too. I just primarily do reactions lately, but I am going to try to make sure I get some more gaming content on there at some point. I may do some gaming this weekend. We'll see. What? I don't know. We shall see. Maybe some Dead by Daylight, maybe some Dragon Ball Super Fusion World, card game, are probably going to be my top 2 items. I actually need to continue doing my Super Mario World playthrough as well. But I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I know I do have a gaming live stream planned for this month. I may move it to this weekend, or I may move one of my other live streams to this weekend. If I got time. It's really all time dependent. Originally this live stream was going to be tomorrow, but I had time today, so I bumped it up to today. So that's why we're doing this. But yeah, so that's pretty much going to do it for the stream. Thank you guys for the suggestions you gave. Absolutely awesome. Really enjoyed everything that you suggested on there. The full replay will be available to channel members for sure, all in full and ad free, but I will cut out and do some editing of a couple of my reactions on here, and probably make separate reactions to that. Not all of them, just a couple of them, just make them available to the public. But either which way, really awesome stuff. Thank you guys for the suggestion you get. I'm really looking forward to doing some of the stuff that you suggested for later. I got the one for Rez live at Red Rocks. That one's like a 2-hour long one, so maybe in the future I may do a full watch along for that one. We'll see what to do with that one. I know you said you had a link that you want to send that one. Probably won't have time to look at it today, but if you want to just head to my YouTube, you can probably go on my community post, because this won't be available. This replay won't be available to the public. But if you go on my community post, where I announced that I am doing a live stream on there, you can leave the link on there, and I'll be sure to save it onto my watch later list. But anything that I did not get, I think Astartes, Glitch Mob, and Rez were the only ones that were requested that I'm not going to get to today. So I will either record separate. Astartes, I'm definitely recording a separate reaction to, but I'll either record a separate reaction to those, or I will add those to another live stream with the appropriate subject title. Obviously, if I'm doing a Big Bang live stream, those would not fit on there, but if I do another viewer's choice, or sometimes if I'm just doing just a random reaction live stream, I'll probably do it with that as well, because there will be times where I will be doing some random reactions just to get stuff out of my watch queue. It won't necessarily be viewer's choice, but this is something that those could go into. And also, I do want to really strongly emphasize that if you are a channel member and you make a request on one of these live streams, your request does get bumped up into the watch queue. I don't have that available on Twitch yet in terms of subscribers, because I'm not even affiliate on there yet. But on YouTube, I am monetized and I do have channel memberships open. So if you are a member of the channel and make a request, anytime you do make a comment, it does let me know that you are a member, and I will make sure to separate that request from all the others, so I know that one gets priority on all of them. But either which way, thank you guys for stopping by. I had a great time. Hope you all had a good time as well. Hope to catch you down anytime I do a stream next. You'll definitely be able to catch that on my community tab on YouTube. Anytime I'm getting ready to do a stream, I usually try to give at least 24 hours advance notice, 48 hours if I can, but at the very least 24 hours notice when there's going to be a live stream coming up. And I think that's pretty much it. So thank you all again for stopping by, and I'll catch y'all down the road.